Do you, iRobot? If you do, we would love you to call and share your experience. You know, I have been cleaning all night during the show, so I'm exhausted. Not really, but guess what? You can look like you've been cleaning all day when this little guy is going to do all the work for you. If my husband's watching, I want this for Mother's Day. I'm serious. And I never in a million years thought I would say that I want a vacuum cleaner for Mother's Day, but I think this is the most amazing thing. I have to tell you something. The iRobot, the Roomba, has come a long way. Never before have we seen a value like this on this particular unit. First of all, when we first launched this exact model, it was $599. We have offered it at $429 at a best value of the day price. It has never been $399.95. Here he goes. He is just doing all the work for me. I get to sit back and relax, and Roomba is going to completely vacuum this entire space for me. You can program this. So if I want him to clean Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, if I want to do bedroom, living room, family room, kitchen, wherever I want him to do the job for me, he's going to do it. The only thing, we have a few hundred of these left. This is the lowest price ever. It's free shipping and handling. It's under $80. We're gonna get Leah Little to come and get us all the details. Let me just say, I met with Leah. She was training me on this before we came out here. I am completely in love with this.
Isn't this amazing?
You know, it's so advanced, Leah.
It really is.
From the original Roomba till now.
So many advancements.
This is incredible.
Particularly with this model. Yeah. Because with this model, it's making 60 decisions a second. It has 40 different behaviors. It's going to clean your entire floor, not just the room that it's in, but the entire floor of that level of your home. Not once, not twice, but 3 times before it goes home and recharges itself. On top of that, it's going to clean your hardwood, your carpet, your tile, your linoleum. It can go from a rug, even a shag rug, straight onto a hardwood floor. It goes to those hard-to-reach places, like underneath that chair. Where
it goes right under the chair. Look at under the coffee tables, under the bed.
Exactly. And what's great about it is it does the job better. Now, that might look like a random pattern, but you know what happened? That little blue light kicked on. It had dirt detect. It knew to stay in that area because it was particularly dirty.
It's almost like it has little eyes, right?
Does.
It can see.
It can see. This unit can actually see. This model actually knows exactly where it's going. As I move my hand here, notice that soft touch bumper. It's now changing directions. It actually creates a map of your room so it knows where it's going, where it's been, and where it needs to go next. This is one of the most advanced models we've ever offered from iRobot. The Roomba is going to do that work for you, and the beauty of this model is it's going to do it with HEPA filtration, and it's going to do that job better. Notice already the clean carpet lines. Now, there's a few pieces it's got to go back and get, but remember, it's going to clean that entire floor surface 3 times before it comes back and recharges.
It will find every speck.
Every single speck.
It finds every little speck of dirt, and you don't have to do a thing.
And it's
dirty
underneath
here.
here.
And you go. And it all automatically, when it's done cleaning, it goes back and parks itself in its little garage.
Exactly. So think about it.
Little docking station.
You don't have to unravel any cords. You don't have to unravel any cables. As it's cleaning in this room, let me take you over here, and let's put it to the test.
Yeah.
Because
seriously, how many times have you vacuumed underneath your chair? How many times have we vacuumed under our beds? Right. I mean, think about that. That gets under all those different, and it has that soft touch, so it's not banging into things. It knows, it finds its way, it scopes out the room, and it goes to work for us. This is going to save us time. This is going to save us headaches, save us hassles. You will never have to vacuum again. This will do the vacuuming for us. It's like we were joking earlier about having the vacuum fairy come to your house. Well, now we get to have the vacuum fairy in the Roomba do all the work for us. So, guys, it's $399, lowest price ever. I wish we had thousands of these. We do not. We have a couple hundred only available. This is a huge price break with the free shipping and handling. If you have Roomba from many years ago, this is a whole new day. This is a whole new ball game. This you can program. If I want it to clean 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You program it to clean for you. It automatically turns itself on, vacuums the room, docks itself back in the docking station. Boom, you don't even have to think about it.
For 3 hours.
Yeah,
not only does it do it,
but
when was the last time you actually vacuumed for 3 continuous hours?
And it's so quiet. The original ones were really loud.
It's true.
This is much quieter. It's more efficient.
It's true.
Everything. It's more powerful. low.
Yeah.
It gets right up to those baseboards.
True.
It's amazing.
And let's talk about that power, because that is the first question that people ask. So we see it doing the job, but the key to the Roomba is that it does the job better.
Right.
And to illustrate that for you, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put down sand on a sand-colored carpet. Now, what's going to happen? You can't see it. You don't know that it's there.
You wouldn't even know it's there.
So it's hidden. It's eating away at those carpet fibers. Well, what we're going to do to show you this test, think about, first of all, for a moment, what you do to vacuum. You got to go find your vacuum. You got to pull it out. You have to plug it in. Then, who's doing the work? You are. It's your back. It's your muscle power. It's your time. Now, I'm going to try to pull up as much sand as I can here. And this is a ridiculous illustration because this is a big power vac. This isn't a vacuum cleaner that I'm using here. This is like something you keep in your garage, right? So can you see the sand coming up through here? So I'm really trying to get all that sand out that we just put in there. Now, here's the key, and here's what I want you to realize. Not only is the Roomba going to do the work, it's going to do the work better. So we're going to start with an empty bin here. There's no sand on the inside, just so you know. So watch this. You can program it, or you can just touch the center button. One touch to say hello. One touch to say go clean my floor. Now, it's going on its mission. This is the Roomba that is going to now kick in with dirt detect. It's already noticing that there's sand in there. And whether it's particles that you cannot see, like the sand here, or those larger particles that you can see, it's going to do that job better. That's the beauty of having the Roomba, because now with 60 decisions a second, with being able to know where it's been and where it's going, with the Dirt Detect Level 2, with the iAdapt behaviors, you have a patented 3-stage process that is now going to deliver those results for you. Notice, it looks kind of random, right? Like it's kind of going in these random circles. I don't care exactly what the pattern is that it does. It knows where it's going, and it knows what it's finding. You can see that sand already, that dirt detect kicking in. Over on this side, notice how it's going on its mission. It's slow, it's meticulous, and it's picking up every single particle. What's happening as it's doing this, it also has HEPA filtration. This is one of the only models that has dual HEPA filters on the inside. And when you realize the cleaner air that you're going to have, you realize that it picks up the dust. It picks up what you do see, as you can see it going to work over here, but also what you don't see. And as it's working for you in just this short amount of time, should we put it to the test?
Sure.
Now remember, we started with an empty bin. We put down sand. We ran that power vac to pull up all that sand.
We watched you do it.
Let's see what it's found in just this short amount of moments here. If you want to be able to vacuum, okay, do it yourself for 3 hours, or let the Roomba.
Wow.
In what, about a minute?
Right.
Look at the difference.
See the dirt that was left behind.
So it does the job better.
I love it. Okay, we're going to the phones. We have a few hundred of these left. That's it. Do a flex pay, lowest price ever, ever, ever. We took $100 off the regular HSN price. When we launched this exact model, it was $599.
True.
$499 for what this will do, for how it frees you up. You can now take a bubble bath, read a book. You know, you can do whatever you want. You can, leave the house.
Yes.
You don't have to be home, and you come home to perfectly, spotlessly clean floors, which is so fabulous. We have Marilee in Indiana who owns this. Hi, Marilee. It's Colleen and Leah. Welcome.
Hi, Marilee.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi.
How are you?
We're great. How do you like your Roomba?
I love it, and especially to go under the beds. It's great.
Yes. That's what sold me on it. When Leah told me we'll clean under the beds and under all the little nightstands and the chairs and everything, I thought, you know what? Sign me up.
I have a funny story. I got in my Lazy Boy one day, and I just turned it on, and I thought, I'll just let it go, see what it does. Well, it kept going under my dining room chairs, and it would get tied up, but it would get out. And pretty soon I sat there and I said, oh, just quick, come over here to me. And it came right to me. It scared the crap out of me. I thought, man, maybe it really does understand.
Oh, that's so funny. How cute.
I don't know if it answers to voice command.
People do name them. It's like a little friend.
It's
right?
true.
It's so funny.
But it does a beautiful job.
Good. Oh, Marilee, so anybody who doesn't own one, I'm getting one, Marilee. I don't have one yet, but after seeing how beautifully this works, I want one. So I'm glad that you're sharing with us how well it's working for you.
Well, under my bed, you just don't get under there. I'm an old lady, and I can't get under my bed, so I just had my grandson check under it to make sure there wasn't any Kleenex or anything that would get in its way, you know.
Right, right.
But
you know what?
We had to change the dust thing twice. I mean, it really did a good job.
You know what's kind of neat, though, Marilee, is that it even does detect, because I asked Leah that. I said, now, do I have to pick up the whole room before Roomba cleans? And Roomba will go around things we leave on the floor. So if there's cords in the way, or if there's things left on the floor, the Roomba will move around, so we don't have to pre-clean if we don't want to, which I think is kind of nice.
Now, my one lamp cord and my telephone cord and it goes right around it.
Yeah. See, I love that part. Well, listen, we're so glad you're happy with it, Marilee. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think that's a really good point, because you were even saying, like, people that have, you know, gaming systems.
Absolutely.
You know, the kids, and they leave their controllers and there's cords. This will not get tangled up.
It's true. That's what you're seeing.
Right.
That chart that's on your screen gives you the behaviors, because it does have human-like behaviors.
Yes.
Anti-tangle technology. You see it going over there, the tassels of the rug. Notice as it's going from the toss rug onto the hardwood floor. It knows how to go up and over surfaces.
The old Roomba, you had to readjust it for different surfaces.
Right, not this one. This is one of the most advanced models. Look at it go under the bed. When was the last time you vacuumed under your bed? And
I mean, that sold me right there.
Me too, because you know what? It doesn't matter if you're somebody that's older, younger, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it anymore.
Exactly.
Now, let that Roomba do the work for you. Now, notice the small little dust particle. If you have pets, you need this. Because what happens? Those little baby hairs turn into big dust bunnies underneath your bed, right? The Roomba is going to go get them for you with its low profile. Notice how it's going right onto the carpet. It's going right through that bed skirt. It knows what it can go through, what it can go under. It's going to go under that little side table. So it's going to clean every little nook and cranny and corner and crevice of your room.
So
and you know what? It really does do it better.
And by the way, Leah has 4 of these going. This is so quiet.
It's whisper quiet.
You know, vacuuming is otherwise very noisy.
Very noisy.
Very obtrusive.
And time-consuming.
Yes.
Yes. And what happens is that it really goes after all of those small particles that you might not be able to get yourself. As a matter of fact, when I purchased my townhome, I had it professionally cleaned. And then I let the Roomba do the test for me. I let it run, and this was what my 3-year-old at the time was rolling around in. This was the dust and the dirt and the small little pieces that the professional cleaners left behind.
Oh my goodness.
So it does the work better for you because you have
so in other words,
technology.
It's not just picking up the surface dirt.
Exactly. It's getting down deep into that surface. And here's a little illustration of why. Because basically what you have here is the brains inside the Roomba. What you have is dual HEPA filtration. I'm going to flip it over and show you exactly how this works. You have a side spinning brush with a patented 3-stage technology. It pulls in all of those little dust particles that gather in the corner. From there, it pulls it into this dual action brush system. And this acts like a trash compactor, pulling everything in. So you've got lots of room here to collect that dirt. Then you have dual HEPA filtration. And on top of that, here's those wheels you're talking about. They automatically adjust from surface to surface to surface. And this model actually creates a little algorithm that now creates a map in your room so it knows where it's going and where it's been. It has sensors that actually see dirt, and it has a drum inside that hears that dirt. Think about when you're vacuuming, what happens? You hear the dirt and then you stay in that area, right? You're using your time, your muscle power, but you hear it, so you stay there. Same technology in the Roomba. It hears it, so it knows.
Oh, I love it. This is so scientific.
It is.
I mean, the people that developed this, these are brilliant minds and engineers, right?
2 MIT grads developed this company, and I have to tell you, I was telling you earlier, when I'm having meetings with them and in phone calls, it's like I'm writing down every little thing they say because it's just such ingenious technology. And it is. It's very intense, but you know what? For you, it's easy. Because now, for you, you have the scheduling. You could set it 7 days a week, a different time every day if you wanted to, or same time every day. It vacuums for 3 hours. Think about that. Covering the entire floor surface, not once, but 2 times. Before then, it goes home to put itself away.
I love it.
Does your vacuum put itself away?
No.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. Most of us do not love vacuuming. This is going to, and what the great thing, remember, it will do hard floors. It'll do linoleum. It'll do your bathroom, your bedroom, your living room, your family room, your kitchen. It will do the kitchen floors for you. And even if you're doing a teenager's room and they leave stuff on the floor, it maneuvers its way around things that are left on the floor. So it's brilliant. I mean, this is more advanced than anything most of us have ever had the chance to experience before. It's a massive price break. We took $100 off. We're heading back to our phones because Janet in Texas is now joining us. She owns and loves her Roomba. Hi, Janet.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Oh, my God. Let me tell you, I bought this for myself for Christmas last year.
Good for you.
And I love this. I turn him on. We always have this fine dust down here.
Right.
The air is always blowing, and we always have this dust whether our house is closed up or not.
Like this.
I live in a mobile home, and I don't have much room to move furniture. But before I go out the door, I say, Robbie, come on, and I push his button, and he cleans my house.
Okay,
and
wait.
I come home, and he put himself to bed.
So you name him Robbie?
Robbie.
That is so cute.
You know what, Janet? Mine is named Robbie, too.
Really?
Yes, Robbie the robot. My daughter named him.
And then he automatically does the work, and then he goes and takes a little nap. He knows how to put himself back to bed. That's pretty cute.
He put himself right to bed. Absolutely.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm getting one,
I sit here
Janet.
in my chair sometimes, and I watch him do the work, and I say, you missed the spot over there, Robbie.
Right?
And he'll go back, and he'll get it.
Isn't that fun?
It is remarkable that he does find every little speck of dirt, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And my father has Alzheimer's, and I can't wait for him to get back here in October so he can watch Robbie clean the floor.
Oh, how fun. I am so happy you called, Janet, because it really does. It's just a wonderful little treat, isn't it, just to have somebody else doing the floors for us?
Yes, not to have to move this big furniture and my bed, and it's absolutely a mind-blowing thing, let me tell you.
Oh, this is a great call. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it, Janet. You know, that's what we're talking about here. People love the Roomba. They love it. It's like the Jetsons. It's like it comes out of the garage, vacuums the room, parks itself back in the garage. You wake up to clean floors. You come home from work to clean floors. It's just the greatest thing. And it's one less thing you have to do. It frees up your time. It will clean for 3 hours. I mean, I don't know if you have a cleaning person come to your home, but if you do, what are you paying to have a person clean your home? I will tell you what, for $399.95 in a couple of visits, this thing is paid for itself, and now you can have it clean every day if you want to, right?
Absolutely.
You can have it vacuum every day.
Every day.
One day you can do the kitchen, one day you can do the family room, or every day do the kitchen, and every day do the family room, right?
It's
That's
true.
what's the great thing about it.
And the thing is, you're not even doing it. You're letting the robot do that work for you. Whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's in the bedroom, with the living room. Come on over here.
You don't have to be home to turn it on. You program it. You come home and the floors are spotless.
Completely done. So all those small little particles that are underneath that little toe kick in your kitchen, all the big particles, if you have, you know, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, my daughter just turned 6, so we're seeing a few less cereal pieces on the floor, but boy, are we loaded with glitter and pet dander and pet hair. My sweet little Shih Tzu loves to shed all over the place. What's great about this is that
pet hair.
It's great for pet hair, and for me personally, it gives me time back to spend with my 6-year-old that would have otherwise been spent cleaning up the house. So now you can use that time as you want to because it does the job better. It might look like a random patter, but you have to realize this is not a vacuum. This is a robot. It's making 60 decisions a second. And I know that our minds are capable of doing so much multitasking, right? But I don't think I make 60 decisions a second. You know, the Roomba it knows where it's going. It knows where it's been. It's doing that work for you. Right now, it's reading around that room and staying right underneath there because it's gathering all of the dirt and the dust particles that are there. Now, I know that our clock's ticking away, so let's take you to the torture track.
Let's do it. Yes, there is. I will tell you, there's a clock on your screen. A couple hundred just went out the door. This is the lowest price ever. We have not, even when it's a special of the day, it's not this low. This is a blowout price break while supplies last. This is more powerful. This you can program. A lot of the Roombas, you cannot program them. This one you can. It has a remote control, so you don't even have to get up if you don't want to. It makes a phenomenal gift. It's a treat you give yourself. You know, it's funny because I would never suggest buying your mother a vacuum cleaner for Mother's Day. However, I would recommend this. Our moms would all love this because this is like having your own little floor service, like having your own little Robbie come in and do the floors for you. And that is a really great gift to give mom. I would love to get this as a gift. I think this is fabulous. So, right, it's one thing, because I would not normally say buy her any appliance.
That she has to do the work.
That she has to do the work for Mother's Day. But this is different. This makes mom's life easier. Mom does not have to lift a finger.
Exactly. And when you walk into the house and you see those clean carpet lines, there's something psychological that happens, right? That you feel like you've accomplished something. Like you've done something. So here we go.
There's nothing nicer than clean floors.
Oh my gosh, you walk in and it's done. It's already done for you. Now, here's a little wire, and I'm going to kind of tantalize our little Robbie here, our little Roomba. And you literally have anti-tangle technology, so it will not get caught in the cords, in the cables, in the wires. Notice it's interacting with it. It knows that it's there, but watch as it does its work. I'm not going to touch it. Just watch what happens. You'll be mesmerized because now it found its way out. Whether that was a shoestring, maybe a telephone cable, but now watch this. Right to the edge. But it doesn't go over.
So there's stairs. It's not going to fall down the stairs.
That's right. And keep in mind, it's going to work on any floor surface. Over here, we have all kinds of little pet food. How about kitty litter? If you have cats, boy, do you ever need this. The dander that you have from pets, it's going to take care of that for you. So over here, we're going to let this one run for a moment. Over here, now it's reading the room. It's working on a linoleum floor surface, so it's an uneven surface, but it knows where it's going. It's now using that side spinning brush to sweep everything into those counter-rotating brushes, pull it all the way back to the back of the bin using HEPA filtration, and it's noticing because it hears. You can hear those little pieces going in, so it's staying right there.
And didn't you say, Leah, that you come with virtual walls too? So if I want to set up and have it work, just really concentrate in one area, you can do that as well.
Absolutely. What happens is there are two little small units. You simply pop in the battery, turn them on, and they create an invisible barrier that talks to the little sensor here in the front. So maybe you have a large room and you want to separate it. Maybe the baby's sleeping and you don't want it to be on that side of the house. Now, all you do is use the virtual wall, simply turn it on, and you can decide where you want it to concentrate that effort. Whether you have hardwood, tile, linoleum, a high pile rug, a low pile rug. If you want it to go over thresholds from room to room, it can do that as well. How about pet hair? If you have pets, you have pet hair. Whether it's the same color as the carpet and you don't see it, or here we've created a contrast for you. What's great about it, now it looks like it's kind of going in circles. Its little mind is thinking, right? It's creating a pattern. There's actually a map that's charted of your room, so it knows exactly where it's been and where it's going. Our little mess that we had here with the pet food, completely gone.
Amazing.
Over here, notice how deeply it's cleaning. You can even see the circular line.
You really can. And we have Sharon in New York who owns and loves her Roomba. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're great. We're so glad you called. How long have you owned the Roomba, Sharon?
Oh, since last year.
And how's he working out for you?
Oh, mine is a she. I named her Rosie.
Rosie?
I love it. Very nice.
From the Jetsons.
All righty. And how is Rosie doing?
Oh, my gosh. I love her. She does excellent. The first time I got her, I was so surprised. I turned her on the vacuum floors, and when I opened her tray to look in there, I was like, oh my gosh.
It's amazing what she can do.
For 2 days, she got a lot of junk out of my rug.
I love it.
I think that is.
But then the third day, I said, okay, I won't do anything. And then I turned her on the fourth day. It was barely anything in there.
Oh my goodness.
And then I turned her on again. The next, there was nothing. I'm like, oh my God, my carpet's not clean.
Isn't that fantastic?
And my son's room, boy.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Whenever she goes in his room, that's the longest room that she's in. I said, she must know that this is the boy's room.
She knows when there's more dirt. She knows she has to work longer and harder.
But you know what? Boys are boys. They have that little to their room.
Right.
Their own personal little aroma there.
Yes.
But when she comes out, it's fresh. I'm like, I don't smell anything. That is so amazing.
Well, that's because this has the dual HEPA filters in it, Sharon. So to your point, along with cleaning the carpet, it's putting that fresh air back into the room, which is great too.
She does a marvelous job. I give her a 100.
A
Oh,
100
my
on our test
goodness.
score.
I love that. Well, that's like a girl's best friend, Rosie, the
Yes,
Roomba
I
at
love it.
Sharon's house in New York.
And
Sharon,
Sharon-
thank you so much. What a cute call. I mean, you heard what she said. The room is smelling fresher, along with the fact that you see, because you empty your little dealie, and you see all the stuff Roomba found.
You empty the bin, and it's amazing. And I think, to her point, what happens is you do find less and less every day because
Yes.
it's doing the work for you every day.
Exactly.
And you know what? We laugh about it, but it actually does know that your son's room is dirtier. And the way that it does know that is that you have here Dirt Detect Level 2. It actually has visual sensors that see the dirt, just these human-like behaviors that happen. So it knows to stay in that room and clean it better
That
and
is
clean
fantastic.
it longer. Absolutely.
Okay, guys, if you'd like this, we have hundreds out the door. We have the final couple hundred remaining. Clearly, people love this thing. I mean, we could talk about this for a whole hour because it's so cool and it's so much fun. This is advanced technology. This is one of the most advanced Roombas available. Lowest price we have ever seen for this. Nobody else has this for $399. As we said, normally we're at $499, which is still great for what you're getting. The fact that you can program this, the fact that it actually can literally sense, see, detect the dirt in your room. You can program it so you don't have to do anything. It turns itself on, it vacuums a room, and it goes and parks itself back in its little docking station. So all you do is get to enjoy clean floors.
True.
In whatever room you'd like her to do the work in.
And the way that it works, we're going to show you here by looking underneath it. Look at that little spinning sensor. It's creating that algorithm, that side spinning brush, sweeping all of these small little particles.